I like to think of the golf swing in terms of two halves when it comes to your upper body and lower body. I like to think of the upper body as providing rotation and the lower body as providing stability. And I like to try and keep them in their two separate boxes. Now both of them do cross over a little bit, but if you think of the primary role of the lower body as stability, then you start to change your concept of the golf swing, and then other things start to make a lot more sense how you get into better positions. So one of the keys is I use the RotaryConnect right above the knees here to keep myself from doing a couple of really common faults. One of those common faults is, for golfers, I'll take that out for just a second, to have this left side breakdown in the hip slide. So it looks like as they go back, their lower body looks really unstable, the left knee moves in. It's typically simply because they just turn their hips too much going back, but they can't get the feeling of having a stable base. So you can see a big difference between my knees here as I go back and provide stability. First it's just letting my hips turn a lot and slide and tilt. My hips can't get into those positions when I use the RotaryConnect. So all I do is just take this again, put it right above the knees, and now as I go back, I'm in a stable position. Now I feel loaded up on my glute, my legs feel powerful, they can provide stability for what's going to come up next, which is the downswing, simply by keeping this device here. So once we've got a really stable platform for the upper body to rotate against on the backswing, now we can fix another common problem, which is hip spinners. Guys who try to fire their hips as hard as they can. You can see I'm even having a hard time with it on here. It's really hard to spin my hips around. As I'm doing this, now what I can feel is as I sit into that left side, use my glutes to anchor to the ground, now my hips can stay back, because what this does is it forces the right knee to stay back away from the left. So now you can start training to get that feeling naturally, but you need to feel what it feels like to do it correctly first, and that's what the RotaryConnect will do. It'll keep you from firing that right knee and spinning your hips around, because you'll simply fall off balance. It won't let you do it. And as soon as you take it off, instead of this whole motion, you want to try and recreate the feeling using your own muscles to keep that right leg away and get into a stable platform on the downswing. So using this for both the backswing stability and downswing stability will start getting you thinking about providing stability from the lower half instead of just rotation, and that will get you into much more stable impact positions. And especially if you're a hip spinner, you definitely need to use this to train that out of your golf swing.